Sung Jin-Woo's journey is nothing short of legendary. From literally being the weakest hunter, barely surviving each dungeon, to rising as one of the most powerful hunters. His transformation is a story of crazy determination and much growth. But here's the question that's on everyone's mind. Just how strong is Sung Jin-Woo now? And more importantly, how far can his power truly go? So let's talk about where Sung Jin-Woo stands right now, and trust me, we are at just the tip of the iceberg. At this point in the story, his power has grown exponentially, and he's no longer the weak hunter he once was. He's become a force to be reckoned with, showing abilities that most hunters can't even imagine. So first, there's his physical strength. Jin-Woo has unmatched speed, strength, and reflexes that allow him to take down opponents with precision and overwhelming force. He's gone from struggling to survive in dungeons to easily defeating high-ranking magical beasts, and even elite hunters. His endurance is just as impressive, allowing him to handle battles that would push others far beyond their limits. And then there's his shadow army. Jin-Woo's ability to raise shadows from defeated enemies gives him a huge advantage in battle. By episode 13, the most recent episode, he's already built a solid army that includes powerful shadows like Igris, who fights with incredible skill and loyalty. These shadows act as an extension of Jin-Woo himself, turning even one-on-one battles into situations where he can overwhelm his opponents with just sheer numbers and strategy. And on top of this, Jin-Woo has gained incredible control over mana, allowing him to use powerful magical techniques and shadow-based skills. From teleporting through shadows to creating devastating attacks, he's shown time and time again that he can adapt to any fight with ease. So when you put it all together, his physical strength, his growing shadow army, and his mastery of mana, Jin-Woo has already become one of the strongest hunters we have seen. His power doesn't just set him apart, it completely dwarfs the abilities of most hunters, making him a truly unstoppable force in the solo leveling universe. But to actually understand his transformation, you have to look at where he began. As an E-rank hunter, he was known as the world's weakest hunter. He could barely handle the simplest dungeons and was often seen as a liability to his teammates. His life as a hunter was a constant struggle just to survive. And as we all know, the turning point came in the double dungeon incident. What began as a routine mission turned into a disaster, with deadly statues wiping out most of his team. On the brink of death, Jin-Woo was offered a second chance through the system. This was a moment everything changed. The system allowed Jin-Woo to grow stronger by completing quests, leveling up, and earning rewards. It unlocked his true potential, giving him abilities no other hunter possessed. From barely surviving to becoming a dominant force, Jin-Woo's journey shows just how far he's come and hints at how much further he can still go. But really think about this. It's not solely about his power differences from then to now, it's about how fast he acquired these changes. Listen, I know we don't have an exact time frame to reference, but I would say it's safe to say he went from being the weakest hunter of all mankind to his current self in 6 to 12 months. If you really think about it, this is ridiculous. Now, the part where you can actually envision how far his potential goes. Also, I should quickly mention for those that are new here, I haven't read the manga, so if you also haven't read the manga and don't want any spoilers, I think you should be okay, because for this part, I just skimmed one part of the entire story. But anyway, let's compare Jin-Woo and Ashborne, the original Shadow Monarch. Ashborne was one of the most powerful beings in existence, capable of standing against the combined might of the rulers and commanding a shadow army that stretched across countless worlds. His power was legendary, and his strength was refined over centuries, making him an unparalleled force in the solo leveling universe. Now, Jin-Woo has inherited Ashborne's mantle, but it's important to recognize that he hasn't reached Ashborne's level yet. While there's no doubt Jin-Woo has grown exponentially in a short amount of time, he's still at the beginning stages of wielding the Shadow Monarch's power. Ashborne wasn't just powerful because of his title or abilities, he was experienced, strategic, and had complete mastery over his army and abilities. Jin-Woo is still learning, and that's what makes his potential so exciting. The idea of Jin-Woo surpassing Ashborne isn't just about raw strength, though it's about vision. Ashborne chose Jin-Woo because he saw something unique in him. Something beyond just power. Jin-Woo has the potential to lead differently, to innovate, and to find new ways to wield the Shadow Monarch's abilities. Whether he becomes the next Ashborne or something even greater remains to be seen, but one thing is clear. His story is far from over, and his potential is just beginning to unfold. Now, let's take a step back and think about where Jin-Woo's journey might go from here. At this point, we've seen how far he's come, and we've explored the incredible power he's gained so far. But what's even more intriguing is imagining where he could go next. Because Jin-Woo's potential isn't just about what he's achieved, it's about what's still waiting to be unlocked. Now, one of the most obvious possibilities is the growth of his shadow army. I mean, I haven't even read the manga, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna happen. Right now, his army is already a powerful force, but it's still in its early stages compared to what it could become. As Jin-Woo faces stronger enemies, the shadows he could raise will only grow more fearsome. His army isn't just a tool, it's a testament to every battle he's fought and won. The stronger his enemies, the stronger his army becomes, making his potential in this area pretty much limitless. And then there's the question of his abilities. The system has been critical to shaping his growth, guiding him with quests, skills, and rewards, but it's clear that Jin-Woo hasn't reached the peak of what's possible. There are likely techniques, abilities, or even entirely new skills that he hasn't unlocked yet. His connection to shadows and mana could evolve further, allowing him to push the boundaries of what he's capable of in ways we can't yet predict. So as Jin-Woo's power grows, so too will the challenges he faces. We've already seen glimpses of threats that could overwhelm even the strongest hunters. As Jin-Woo rises, he'll inevitably attract the attention of stronger enemies, ones who will test the very limit of his strength and strategy. These challenges could be what ultimately pushes him to unlock his full potential. But while Jin-Woo's future is full of possibilities, it's worth asking, does he have any limits? His humanity, the very thing that sets him apart and drives him, could also become a source of vulnerability. Jin-Woo fights to protect people he loves, but what happens if those emotional ties are threatened? Could the loss of someone close to him and cloud his judgment, or become his downfall? These are all kinds of struggles that will shape not just his power, but who he is as a person. So Jin-Woo's story is not just about becoming stronger, it's about how he uses that strength and what he's willing to sacrifice, and whether he can overcome not just the challenges around him, but the ones within him. His future is uncertain, but one thing is clear. Jin-Woo's journey is far from over, and the best may still be yet to come. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's really all I can say for now. If you enjoyed this video, hitting that big red subscribe button would honestly help me so much. We are getting closer to 1,000 subscribers, meaning I am almost monetized. Wow. I love conversing with every single one of you, so make sure you leave a comment about what you want to see next, or about anything you want. YouTube thinks you'll like this video right here, so if you feel like watching another video, tap right there. I hope you all have an amazing day, and as always, remember to stay curious.